Yes, Manchester United 3, Everton 1. We made it difficult for ourselves, and I was saying in the car, we said it to myself, I was saying to you guys, these games are difficult. These games can be difficult. I think we made it difficult for ourselves. I think we're at a point where the next stage of our development, the next stage of where we need to be, the next stage of what we want to do can be a bit of an issue. I get it. You know, we're not in full control of the games for the 90 minutes, but by and large, we're creating chances. By and large, we are playing on the front foot. And how we started the game just absolutely proves that with the key player for us, our best player right now, Marcus Rashford. This guy is just going from strength to strength, and the glow up, the turnaround, the come up, the return of the Rash is so great to see. You know, the first goal, he gets that Godfrey, and that's what I want to see more of from him as well, which he has been doing. But I mean, in terms of the crossing side of it now, the providing assists. You know, City scored a goal very similar like that against Chelsea yesterday. Jack Grealish, you know, gets it and just puts it across with his left foot, and you get tap-ins. Those are the types of goals we want to see more of at Manchester United. Wing play, you know, deliberate play, patterns of play. And we're off to a great start. And Marcus Rashford's at the forefront of absolutely everything. And I'll get back to him later on as I talk about this this match review. And the goal that we conceded was so freak. You know, David De Gea has been so good for us. You know, and he knows he's absolutely cocked that up. He's on the post, and I've seen it back now. It happened so quickly from where I was sitting. I was like, what happened? And I get it. He's made a big mistake. That should never go in. He's literally on the post, you know. So he thinks he's able to just, you know, see it out for a goal kick, and just gets it completely wrong. But again, I just feel like there was an aura of inevitability that we were going to score again and create chances, and we started to do that. We come out in the second half, and again, it's that man Marcus Rashford, that change of pace, that change of direction on Seamus Coleman. He forces the room, he forces the space, he forces the gap to be created to put Coleman off balance, and again, he forces Connor Cody to score an own goal as well. So again, Marcus Rashford at the forefront of everything we did. And then you're thinking, right, Everton are going to be down, the chips are going to be down, they're going to feel hard done by with an own goal. Let's go on and see this game out. Let's get another goal and shore it up. Let's get to 3-1. And I tell you what, we get done on the counter again. And Everton kind of gave as good as they got. And this is what I'm talking about the element of control about the game that we kind of lack throughout, where we can't dominate games for the whole time. And our game management at times is probably not where it needs to be. But that is offside by a whisker. It really is. And that could have been a completely different game. And when it went in, Everton fans were going absolutely crazy, letting off flares, limbs in the away end. And it was almost like, and I shouldn't really laugh because this will come back to bite us. This is what the VAR thing is. Everyone has their turn of it, you know, going against you. But it really felt like they literally done the VAR call as soon as the Everton fans had finished celebrating. It was quite funny, actually. I feel sorry for them, but I don't. But if you get what I mean, I've been there. But at the end of the day, we got away with one. And again, you know, Garnacho, he comes off the bench, direct, runs at Godfrey near the end and wins us the game. It wins us the penalty, which Rashford takes. And I just want to talk about Garnacho just quickly, because this guy, every time he comes off the bench, every time he gets involved in the game, he's having an impact. You know, I think the last game he received the ball, I think, from Bruno, crosses it straight away, and Luke Shaw scores. You know, and I think that was from the bench as well, wasn't it? I'm sure it was from the bench. Or did he start the last game? No, because Donny got injured, that's it, so we had to come on. That was it. So he basically played the second half. But he gets an assist in that game, and he wins us the penalty, which enables us to see out the game today 3-1. So a fantastic for him as well. And some people have spoken about a little bit of an argument he had with Bruno Fernandes and stuff like that, where Bruno should have played him the ball, I think. But look, he's a first teamer now. Obviously, there's a hierarchy. You can't overstep the mark, but it shows character. It shows that he's got a little bit about him. It shows that he's not scared to put it a little bit about, and it shows he's not scared to let his teammates know how he feels as well. We know he's in a good enough environment to be able to do that and express himself. We know we've got a manager there who won't let him go too far with that. So Garnacho doing that is absolutely brilliant for me, and I love it. I love it from the kid. He's so refreshing. He's so revitalising in that position. Anthony, here's the biggest thing of Anthony today. He gets a goal, which is good, gets off the mark. So you're hoping that's going to do his confidence the world of good, and he's going to continue. But I just think it's just a decision-making thing. I think what's good about him, well, I'll start with Anthony with how I dissect his performance today and in general. What's good about him is that I think he has a minimum level, he has a minimum bar of intensity that he won't go below. You know, he'll work hard, he'll be at it, and I think actually that's what's keeping him in the team. If I look at what the situation like was with Sancho, it's the opposite of that. Sancho's quite passive when he was kind of going through the motions, and that level of intensity is not there. So what I do rate about Anthony is that even if he makes the wrong decisions on the ball, one, he always wants it, but two, if it's not working for him and he doesn't have the ball at his feet, he either goes and looks for it, and when we don't have the ball as a team, he works his arse off back and helps. You know, there was one time where I think Seamus Coleman had the ball. He had to run back. He's tackled him, missed the tackle, got back up, tackled him, got the ball back, then won a foul. And then people are just off their seats saying, you know what? Well done, well done. And that's what Anthony's going to do, because when he does it, he's going to keep doing well. Do you know what I mean?
Shit, man.
It was good. We won. They're not happy. I don't know. They said it was rubbish. Don't know. Too many beers. But that's what I do like about Anthony. You know, he's got that ability to keep wanting the ball. But when he does have the ball, it's just the decision making letting him down. I think that's all it is. It's like, you know, 1 minute he can get you off your seat with an amazing piece of skill, and in another minute it's like a little bit too passive, a little bit indecisive, and he's choosing the correct pass to make, he's choosing the correct thing to do, but he's just not executing it well enough. So hopefully that will pick up if he keeps playing and keeps having an impact on the games, and we have to be patient with him. But the star of the show is Marcus Rashford. The kid's just going from strength to strength, you know. And it's just great to see him. It's so good to see him get that penalty at the end. Bruno could have easily have gone, do you know what? I want this. I haven't scored today. I want to get my numbers up. I want to get on the score sheet. And they're kind of deliberating. I'm thinking, go on, Bruno, let him have it. Just let him have it. Go on, please, let him have it. And he does. And that was good to see. And he sits Jordan Pickford down and gets us the third goal as well. So at the end of the day, it's through to the next round. Is it perfect? No. I think the concern, it's not really, well, it is a concern because it's a downside of our game right now, but it's also a natural, organic next stage that we need to get to, which Erik ten Hag will be aware of. I haven't heard his post-match comments yet, but that wasn't a game that we breezed. That we didn't play again like we played against a side who were hanging on in the Premier League. The manager's about to be sacked. Some of that is testament to Everton because they conceded after 3 minutes and didn't capitulate. They stayed in the game, and you know, we gave them a lucky goal, but you know, then we scored, and then they pretty much scored and was narrowly offside. The bad injury to Iwobi as well. Hope he's doing all right as well, because that looked like a really bad one. So Erik ten Hag will look at it and say, where are we now as a team? And I think he's saying, well, we play good football. The team is fighting for their positions, and everybody knows that they need to work hard to get into the team. We now have standards and a culture at the football club, but we're in a position where our game management, that's the fourth thing, our game management might not be the best. Our game management might not be where we need it to be to make sure that we either A, dispatch of teams while we're on top, or B, have an element of calmness and control over games. You know, I think that's it gets quite frantic sometimes, and I think our performance levels can go from, collectively as a team I'm talking about, they can be at an 8 or 9 where everything's functioning, and then for a 5 to 10 minute period it can be at a 5 or a 4, and that invites the other team on, and then we get a little bit of a wake-up call. Then we can raise it to a 7 or an 8 again. Then we go back to a flat 5. Then we can go to a 7. So there's a little bit of inconsistencies there, but again, winning games, that is the main thing you can ask for. I don't think for the time that Erik ten Hag's been here, for the things that we're missing in the team versus the things that we do have, I don't think we can ask to be much higher than where we are. I think we're doing a really good job. I think he's doing an excellent job. And the team is building in confidence. Luke Shaw, another shout out to him as well. He was fantastic. Malacia, I thought, wasn't very good today. I thought he was giving the ball away. I actually worried about him just before half time. I thought, actually, if this continues, he might have to come off and put Luke Shaw left back and bring on Martinez earlier. But we didn't do that. Fred coming on late as well. That seems to be quite a thing now, you know, taking him out. So look, all in all, I can't complain. Marcus Rashford, man of the match. We're through to the next round. Of course, it's not perfect, but again, I said it to somebody else today, I feel like there's an inevitability if we concede a goal or we're not playing well, that I just think we'll come out of it. And not by just a bit of moment of individual brilliance, by just the team doing the right things. And that's what I was talking about periods of the game where you go from a 5-team performance to an 8. And usually in that 7 to 8 period is where we score. And then we go back down again. So that's going to be the next, you know, thing for Erik ten Hag to work on. So my man of the match, don't even need to talk about it. It's Marcus Rashford, who was absolutely unbelievable. So yeah, that's my man of the match. And roll on the next round. Hopefully we get a good draw as well. Peace.